Okay, so I figured I'd bust out the MRI mass spectrometer and a smelloscope, ohms meter, get out on this UHS deal and get this done. So, I mean, any algorithm or math piece of paper, we can start breaking this down. A, space-time derivatives, chasing the bunny here. Today's visit, reason for visit, earache. The patient was checked out at 10:04 a.m. Uh, Medication. Please bring all of your medication, pill bottles, etc., etc. It's nonsense about stuff. Appointments. Carefully review the medication. That's what they're supposed to do. I didn't have any of that. I don't necessarily need any of that. That cuts that off and makes that a pretty much a time window from 10:04. My visit My visit was at 9:20. I got out at 10:04. Excuse me, checked out at 10:04. So that gives it a good 40-minute window, 44-minute window. I was there a little bit earlier, so 50, almost an hour. We're looking for the result in physics because this is an important thing for the engineer corps to get the vacuum pressure of that CDC engineering of that building. It's the closest one Hancock deposit anything has given the structure. So that would engineer core instead of amoxicillin 875 milligrams. Take one tablet orally, routine every 12 hours. PNR status N. I don't know. Comments. What I do have on here now, I don't know if this is supposed to be the doctor's note that I was supposed to give them, or they faxed one over because I asked them to if this would have been the same doctor's note. I don't necessarily want them knowing that I had halopaxidin 5 milligram tablets on there. Take one by hour. I mean, it doesn't matter, and that's why you explain the math here, of course. Because I haven't been taking them. I don't know necessarily why that comes up. Like I'm supposed to do it. You don't miss that not taking it part, or who said what or why about why you should or shouldn't. Boy, and that makes some people concerned about these BPMs and the engineer core numbers about amoxicillin in here. So you get into, vital signs. These are Jordan Scoville. He was born 11/23/87. Today is 7/20/20. This was at 9:18 a.m. So my first little walk in. So I probably was in there a little bit early. If my visit was 9:20, they probably set me up. Probably got it right in there. She knocked me out with her vital signs. So by the time the computer tile tapped, I bet you there was 4 minutes. Right? For me, I'm just looking for amoxicillin. You were here. Them shits look like they nice and infected real good. Get in there. You can't see the parts that you're supposed to see on the. It's a bird physics. Well, this is the inner ear for the sound safety. Where did the points start to hurt your ear? Somewhere's in here. Blood pressure 137/75. Is that some biometrical condition of that box and its entropy, or you and its vital signs inside of there? Pulse per minute. That's 64. I'm running pretty zen. I did have a few sips of Red Bull that morning, but it is what it is. Does that faculty into the compounded physics? If I put minus F1M or minus M1 or F1, and that applies Red Bull, but you still can't control it under those standards for this test and time, bring it down. That should be your common bar of most people keeping it in there. You're at the doctor's trying to, and you can't. Temperature 93.3. Again, this is right at the tap of it. They said here I'm 142, and weight in ounces is OZ. Well, called it 20. That's probably my BMI or body mass index, 20.97. Body solubility, I don't know. Who knows what the BSA really is? Stomp, right? Slam. Who knows? So then it gets inside of here. Medication. No known allergies. Yeah, I'm Superman. Thank you. Appreciate it. If we discuss further testing today, appointments, please have testing done that have been ordered. Each test that we run to the UHS is different Turnaround time, if you utilize the lab outside the UHS turnaround time, we could differentiate, yeah, it could be different. Please be assumed or assured, excuse me, that once we have reviewed all your results, we'll consider about consult you, do all that. If you utilize the UHS, sure. Always, if you have any questions, absolutely, and some numbers on that. And so that gets me out of work today. That doesn't necessarily provide that rock when that window comes up or when you grind down the mushrooming on the chisel for the mint. The output for, what is it, 30 pill tab on those moxicillins. How do you half that off? If you got a kid that the adult gives it to them, it's supposed to take all your medicine. I mean, there's a realistic line. If you're feeling better and you don't need this standard bar or OP systems on that can be really finicky with biometrics. What do you got? Nutritionists. You got physical therapists that follow this standard numbered. There are easy ways to index the Euler's number to FMA gravity or Schwarzschild's radius to 137/75. That's going to give you a certain mass, a certain spin. I'm not sure which one those are, considering 67 to pulse minutes or RSP minutes, I don't know, comparatively, and 93 degrees. Any additional numbers, those two faculties added together pretty much give you a bolo, right? And if you didn't have any more number, the mill would burn down. That's that statistic analysis for you. Gotta be careful. Because like I said, locally, again, I'd like to see that front desk lady like, hey, yep, that's what it is, the camera. Hey, boss, it's a 2/4/14 day with a big old crack running down the middle, and that thing looks like it's running right here. Sure hurts watching. Yep, that's a amoxicillin 875 tab. You imagine come buds, right? They're training soldiers that are going underwater every day to the point where the bubbles stop coming up, and then they stop them from doing that, and it's like, oh well, failure rate today because it's a little colder in the pond today means not necessarily they all hit the wall, but statistically 4 or 5 of them are probably gonna today. The rest, and you get the extra guys in there the pond that day, but across the bar they're gonna smoke the hell out of you with push-ups and break the hell out of you until you jump at the pond. Right here, right now. Just what the hell does that mean? So he ain't taking his meds. When the hell did he? Did that prescription say non-refillable? I mean, at some point in time he probably ran out. And he hasn't been here that long. Like, how many crazy people that don't ain't arrested by this point? So you get there on the mill floor, and you're the safety guy, you're the medicine man. You drop a bottle of Jack Daniels on the table, and you start cranking out the solutions like a quantum physicist. So, catch you on the next one.